Start from the basics. Like, all right, so to keep your muscles strong, you have to have one, not be stressed, right? So not put yourself in a catabolic state. So think of like your adrenals being in overdrive. Think of like good sleep, good hydration, good food, allowing yourself to be in a parasympathetic nervous system state, deep nasal breathing, right? Appreciation, gratitude, right? Make sure we have good digestive support enzymes, HCl. We're eating a really healthy, anti-inflammatory, nutrient-dense, low-toxin template. Again, I have some patients that have autoimmune conditions where they have to be even more carnivore because they're really sensitive to the plant nutrients. Then after that, looking at all the bottlenecks that could be absorbing things or causing absorption problems in the gut, right? Like Evan mentioned, Evan had the three amigos, right? Giardia, crypto, and H. pylori. And then looking at any of the other bugs there. And then, of course, what types of movements are you going to do, right? You can start out with just walking if that's kind of a foundational level. Then you could start off with some type of a, circuit training, picking 3 or 4 movements and going back to back to back. You could do some kind of a zone 2 cardio thing where you do about 30 minutes or so at 120 beats per minute. And you can do something non-impact. I like rowing devices because you're using upper and lower body and you're putting your body into extension. Or most of the times on like cardio, you're kind of like hunched over and like doing your elliptical, or you're running like this, or you're kind of in this flexion state. Where a rower, you're kind of opening up. So that's kind of cool. So those are a couple of tools, to stimulate the muscles and to make your heart work as well as make your muscles work.
I love the rower. Hiking too. I mean, hiking's so easy.
Yep. Hiking's great.
I really love it because there's a lot more variability in your movement as compared to walking on a flat surface. So I'm having to like bring my leg up more to go over that rock, to go over that tree root. Like it's a lot more leg involved than a flat surface. So I love it. As long as I'm not getting a tick bite, I'm happy in the woods.
Yeah. And my favorite functional movements would be like a one-legged squat. It's excellent. And you could just have a chair underneath you where you sit, touch, and come back up. And you could put like a phone book on it or something so you don't have to go all the way down to parallel. A single leg deadlift is excellent. And
what's a phone book?
Step up. I know, right? I know. You could just grab whatever book, right? I'm thinking of like the thickest book I could think of, right?
Right.
Something like that. And then you could do that, and then you could do a step up, which is great, like on a plyo box and step up. That's wonderful.
How about the jumps? Obviously, that's more intense, but man, those jump boxes, my God, you talk about a workout. That's intense.
Yep. I mean, those plyo boxes are wonderful. I mean, I like.
Is that what it's called? A plyo, like P?
Yeah.
How you spell that?
Yeah, like PLYO, like a plyometric box.
That's where you're jumping up and down, up and down.
Yeah, I actually like going on top of those and then just jumping off and then get into a squat, because then you're teaching your body, I'm generating all this force and I'm landing with force and I'm trying to absorb it. So you're teaching your body to kind of like be a shock absorber, like just soak up energy, which is great.
That hurts my knee to think about that. That hurts my knee thinking about jumping off. I screwed up my knee years ago, though. I was jumping off loading docks, like behind warehouses when I was a kid with a skateboard. And when you bail off the skateboard, I would land flat on the concrete. My God. Yeah. That hurt. That was dumb.
Yeah, no, totally. But yeah, if you're putting your joints in that kind of intensity, make sure your form's good. Some people say don't go knees over toes. There's a whole knees over toe guy on, I think, Instagram that talks about knees over toes. But if you do that, just make sure your form's good and you're not causing inflammation. Make sure you have enough protein and collagen amino acids on board as well, so you're dialed in.